Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Wolf Wednesday. You'll see a little bit of red there cresting over the edge of the cage. Today's going to be a little bit different, but we do want to welcome you to this week's Wolf Wednesday. As always, I want to volunteer Rob. I'm here with volunteer Jane, and our four-legged furry friends have now turned into two-legged feathered friends. So is that pretty good? So I'll give you a little bit of a pan of what's coming up today. But without further ado, I will turn it over to volunteer Jane here.
Hi everyone, welcome, and I'd like to show you our sponsor today, which is Lafeber's Premium Daily Diet. It says for canaries, but for a variety of birds. This is a wonderful product, and it's actually developed by two veterinarians. Rob, I don't know if you knew that. It's a father and son team, and
awesome.
they have a passion for birds, so they've developed this premium food that they actually do the whole production for the food right on their property. So you can go, we'll put a link up, and you can go to their site to see the different products that they do provide. But it's really a very quality food, and when you're dealing with parrots in particular, then you need to be very careful in the food that you're giving them and how you're giving it to them. And if you'll even, many of the sites, if you'll actually research particular types of parrots, this is going to be the food that comes up that is highly recommended. So we would like to thank them for their sponsorship, for providing us with food for our birds that we have to show you today. And they also provide wild bird seed that we use on property. I'm sure you've probably seen, Rob, haven't you, some of the birds around the property?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think everybody has seen me get distracted, and if you see the camera starting to dip, it's usually because I get distracted by either birds or butterflies. I don't know if that says anything about me or not, but...
Well, you know, it's really cool because our property is called In Harmony with Nature, and we see all these different types of birds and things on property. You know, our cardinals, I'm sure you've seen those.
And they're gorgeous. They
are gorgeous. Especially in the late evening when they come around to feed, and so we're able to provide food from this company for them. And that we have a very pretty red-shouldered hawk. I'm sure you've heard him. They make a lot of noise as they fly overhead. And we have owls that have been on property, and ravens, and just like you said, butterflies and beautiful dragonflies. I know that one of Kim's favorites are the dragonflies also. So we're just very happy to be able to show you this side of In Harmony with Nature. So I'm going to set the product down so it'll freeze up my hand a little bit. And
I'm impressed we've had Chicky Babe here.
Yeah, can you get Chicky Babe?
Yeah.
Hey Chicky, can you say hello? Say hello. This is Chicky Babe. She actually thinks she's a dog. She will line up for treats with the dogs.
A question coming in, so from
Okay.
Kathleen Gadsden. She says hi, and she's asking us where we out of. So we're out of Central Florida. So hopefully you can hear me from the backside here. But
yeah, from the Central Florida area on the west side of Orlando, Florida. Nice and sunny here today. Like we were saying, with our Chicky Babe, she will actually even sleep inside with the dogs at night. She'll sleep on like a little doggy bed. And she's just a real delight. And she'll come out and be on property, and the dogs just, you know, she's one of them. She's one of them. Now, when Kim first got into rescue, she actually was into birds and reptiles, and we're going to show you a bird that has been with her for a while. So we'll pan over to Coco, see if we can get a good shot of her. She's not familiar with us, and she's probably not going to like the camera.
Yeah, this is quite a huge, I think this device is bigger than she is, so...
She's actually a white-cap Pyonis, and Kim rescued her when she was living in Virginia, and She has been with Kim ever since, and is probably about 21.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, years of age, and they live to be up in their 30s. There's actually 8 species of a Pyonis, with this particular one being the smallest of the species.
Is that like a key lime Pyonis? Or banana cream?
Yeah, you're just wishing you had something like that to eat.
So just so everybody knows, so neither Jane nor myself are biologists or will we ever claim to be. So we always have a quick meeting ahead of time, so we have some good facts for everyone to understand you know, what we're doing here for the video. And you know, we're always trying these different memory tricks. For this one, it was pie on us.
Pie on us, because we're not, we may be wolf people, but Rob and I are not. I particularly don't have a lot of knowledge about birds, but our director certainly does. So like I said, there's about 8 species of the this particular bird, and the white-capped Pyonis is the smallest, and the blue-capped Pyonis is actually the most popular one that's purchased as a pet, but this is the second, I believe, the second most popular. And they make very good pets. They're a kind of a laid-back bird. They're not extremely vocal, but they, you know, are vocal. But they're very pretty. She's a pretty gal. And Kim likes to provide enrichment, and we'd like to encourage anyone, whether it's a wolf dog, a species such as this bird, if you're going to bring this animal into your environment, then you have to commit to providing the types of enrichment that they need. In addition to the premium foods, you can put peanut butters and different treats, like in a shell, a nut shell, to offer a variety of foods that way. Different types of toys. There goes Chicky Babe around the back. And also, another enrichment is what we're doing now, is having Coco outside so she can get exposed to natural sunlight. And we have a nice little breeze right here. It's shady, and she'll be out here for a little while. Not, you know, too awfully long, because we don't want her to get too hot, because she is used to being inside. So this is Coco.
Yeah, so Kathleen's actually asked a couple other questions
Sure.
that we can go over. First was asking if we allow visitors, and we do not allow visitors here on property, which is one of the big reasons that we are doing these videos, is really to give everyone on the outside a taste of what we do here day in and day out.
Yes, we're not permitted to provide tours. That's requires something that we do not have, and our property is probably about 2 acres, and because we are not like over a 10-15 acre piece of land, it's very stressful for the animals when we bring someone new on property. Even when we train new volunteers, it's a long training process, because as soon as they walk onto property, the pens are right there, and as you have seen, depending on the energy that the person brings with them, determines the anxiety level that's produced in the wolf. So we have place the wolves first in this particular situation, and are not open to the public.
And our other question was, do we have wolves on property? And yes, it's wolf and wolf hybrids that we have here on property. So it's a mixture of both, along with all the rest of the nature that you'll see here.
Yes.
The pigs, chicken,
Tortoises.
So it's there's a lot of nature here, being in Central Florida.
And if this is your first time logging on, please, on our page, if you will scroll down, you will see every week Wolf Wednesday, and you will see videos of the wolves. Every wolf we have on property, we have had highlighted on a Wolf Wednesday, and that will help you, Kathleen, to be introduced to In Harmony with Nature, and we're certainly glad you came aboard today. And like I said, when Kim first moved down here, she was into the birds and reptiles as her focus, and then we've discussed before how she got into the wolves and wolf dogs, but she would help in rescuing different parrots, but we don't do that anymore. she doesn't do that anymore, but we will provide networking and help if anyone was to reach out to us. Kim has that networking group that she could provide.
Yeah, I would
resources.
have to imagine being Florida, there's a lot of necessity for both the reptiles and the birds.
Yes, because people think it's really great to get something a little bit exotic, and sometimes they get in over their heads and find that it's really not something that they're able to handle, or they're not able to provide the correct nourishment for whether it's a parrot or a wolf dog or wolf to thrive. So that's why many of these type of species and animals end up in rescues.
Absolutely. So
Chicky Babe, I was going to pick Chicky Babe up and give everybody a little close up, but
I don't know where she wandered off to. I think she went to the house, actually.
She has wandered off. I'm trying to think if there was anything else we wanted to cover, but I think that's pretty much it today. We're kind of low key today. We just decided to take this approach since everybody had met all the wolves at least one time.
Well, I want to thank everyone for joining us. Thank you, Kathleen, for all the questions, and hopefully we see you next week. And if you guys missed anything, feel free to pop on and join us on Instagram. But until then, if you guys don't mind just liking, sharing, following the page, all that stuff helps us tremendously. We just try and get some more exposure to the world, showing the world what we do here at In Harmony with Nature. Yeah.
Now, the only other thing I wanted to add is that these white-capped pioneers are native to, well, it's coming up close. She is coming up closer. Are native to Central America and Mexico.
Okay. No, not
See
only
how smart I am?
No, I don't only want pie, I want tacos and pie, so that's what just happened. So, but thank you everyone for joining us, and we will see you next week. Have a good one.